Joseph, welcome back to FrightFest, sir.
Oh, thank you. I'm happy to be here.
It seems like yesterday we were doing Detention with you over the road at the Empire. Now you're back with Bodied. What do you remember from your first FrightFest experience all that a few years ago?
Well, I remember how enthusiastic the crowd was.
Yes.
And just what a charge of energy it was here. I mean, that's why I'm back, because
of course,
when you go to festivals, you want that vibe, and
yeah.
FrightFest definitely has it. But it was a little misleading because it was described as strictly a horror film, and that's not what anybody actually got.
Well, that's the same exactly, we'll talk about Bodied in a minute, as when I'm explaining why Bodied is in FrightFest. It's a difficult one because it's probably the least genre picture we've ever shown. But where do you see it fitting within genre and within your work?
Well, on a certain level, Bodied is a horror film.
Right, it kind of is, yeah.
But it's the type of horror that's truly offensive.
Yes.
Like today, you can see someone get stabbed in the head, you can see an eye get gouged out, you can see even a dick pulled off, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And we go, oh, that's fantasy. You know, this feels, it's shocking, but it's not real. So the audience gives it a certain pass, and we all celebrate it under the guise of some sort of ritual, right?
Yeah.
Collective ritual of an experience. Bodied shocks you and horrifies you.
Very much so.
Without
the human condition.
Yeah, without anything physical happening on screen.
Yeah.
And that was actually the intent of the movie. I really wanted to see if I could horrify people by bringing them in, making them laugh, getting them comfortable, and then suddenly sucker punch you.
So essentially it's the verbal violence.
It's verbal violence, yes.
Without actually showing violence. And it's deeply affecting and deeply disturbing in very many elements. And it's equal rights offensive, isn't it? I mean, there's no prisoners. It takes 0 prisoners.
Yeah, 0 prisoners. But when I made it, I really wanted to make a point here, in that Bodied, it's under the guise of battle rap, which is the genre, and I'm paying respect to it, and I love everything about battle rap. But underneath it, it's kind of a stealth way of discussing free speech.
Absolutely.
And the nature of free speech.
Yes.
And the nature of how free speech rams up against sort of the offense culture of today, where everybody is offended about everything, and we all get into our little cliques and our groups, and we try to shut each other up. And I just wanted to pose a question: what if there was a world where people could say whatever they wanted, and are there any limits to that?
Now, you haven't made that many feature films, have you?
No.
Talk, Torque,
Yeah.
was the first one, which was kind of a studio-based film and quite well loved by the people on Laserdisc. I do have it on Laserdisc, by the way.
Well, it was not loved when it first came out.
No, it wasn't.
But
it's an undiscovered gem for people to find.
But now people seem to really dig it. So I love that.
So Talk, then Detention.
Yes.
And then Bodied.
Well, yeah, I do get offered quite a bit of stuff, and I am super selective. The difference between Torque and Detention and Bodied is that Detention and Bodied were self-financed. And it takes a lot of money to self-finance this stuff. This isn't like you just going in somewhere. I've got to raise millions of dollars.
Have you broken even on Detention yet?
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But no, it's a funny thing. It's the way Hollywood works. The studio has made a ton of money off it. Like they've made many times their investment in terms of like when they bought the movie from me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm getting some trickle down, but for every dollar that I make, they're making a lot more. So I've made a lot of my money back, but not enough to cover myself completely.
Sure.
But the amount of money I made, I know what the studio made, and so they made a bank on that movie.
Wow.
But if you want to go into the bigger question about why I don't do that in movies, because it's not just the loss of the money I put into the film, it's the time that it takes and the emotional toll it takes me for the 2 years I'm working on it.
Well, that's it. It's everything from the pre-production to the post-production to the festival circuit and stuff like that. So each investment is like a baby. It's like having a child.
Yeah, so Detention was like a 5-year process. Bodied is probably going to be like a 3 or 4 year process at this point. I mean, it is a huge time suck of finances and emotion in your life. You become obsessed over this stuff. So I have to be very selective about what I do because it does cause havoc in my personal life.
So with Bodied, was it something that came to you as a script? Tell us how you came about directing this one.
Well, it was actually something I was thinking about for a long time, even when I was making Detention, because I casted 2 battle rappers in there, the Dumbfounded, who was in the movie, and Organic makes a cameo in it. Yep. And I was just thinking about something I wanted to do with battle rap because I was just so fast, but I didn't know anything to say, and I had done a bunch of videos with Eminem, who's one of the best battle rappers that ever existed.
Absolutely.
And it wasn't until like about 2 or 3 years ago when the world was exploding and everybody was arguing over Twitter and social media about you can't say this, you can't say that, and meanwhile battle rap was still going.
Sure.
And I just remember thinking, gosh, if these people over here are talking about what you can't say ever watched one battle rap that was legitimately done, and they would see a white guy and a black guy just rip each other to shreds in the most racist ways possible, and then those guys go get a drink, that would blow their minds. So I got to put that on screen.
And at what stage did Eminem get involved with the picture?
Pretty early on.
Really?
Yeah, I contacted him and I sent him the script.
Said, "I dig this project. I think you're going to dig it too."
Yeah, but let me show it to you after I'm done. He looked at the script, had a few comments, showed him. He loved it and came on board and has been helping me creatively since then.
And is the battle rap culture still thriving and breeding in both the States and the UK?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a pretty big battle rap league here. UK battle rap is really fun because it's almost Shakespearean on a certain level. You already have a history of battle rap. Shakespeare was a battle rapper, I believe. And so when it comes into the way that the English do it with their way with words, it's really fun. It's really fun to see it. You'll see like these lower class accents insult each other,
right?
But still have a history of Shakespearean, constructs, iambic pentameter and all that. So it's really fun to see. And every culture around the world has their own version of battle rap.
And have you tried battle rapping yourself?
Absolutely not. Maybe on Twitter.